And we're back. Well, I am, but you weren't. Anyway, that was exciting. Did nothing for about 2 hours, so always fun. Right. Oh, Absolution left. And my friends are not on, so. Basically, I run a very strange Death Knight. Oh, he's a blacksmith. Really? That's weird. Oh, I remember what I was doing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember. Basically, you can power level blacksmithing if you have ghost iron bars, and it took all the ghost iron that I had farmed on my actual blacksmith to power level this guy blacksmithing because being a skinning didn't help him in the slightest because that gives him crit, and I don't want crit on a Death Knight. Well, on a Blood Death Knight anyway. So that happened, and then these are fun, except can't really use them. Well, I can, just not very well. Oh, what do you want? Here you go. Also, I'm 90% sure this is going to be a 90% sure this is going to be just a test recording. Just to see how the audio picks up, because last two audio was I would say decent. I like how that person logged on as Riven Darius. I think that's an appropriate combination that never needs to happen in the entire stew ever. But anyway, so it is later and an eventful day, and we're going to basically just farm. And I know farming is very exciting, but unfortunately, since this is basically the beginning of the recording, I am not going to be doing much else. However, I will be going into Raidfinder, and hopefully we can do some of that instead. Because last time I tried to do Raidfinder, the world crashed on me, which was not fun in the slightest. That recording definitely will not come out. Unless people ask for it, in which case, no, still won't come out. Because that sucks. Damn dog. Adorable puppy. Adorable puppy, but... Sorry about that. Anyway, cool thing about Death Knights, I have this one particular ability called Outbreak, and usually it has a cooldown. I'm running a glyph to make it so it has no cooldown, so that I can pretty much just roll outbreaks when an outbreak is low. Now, a good way to get an outbreak back up is the Blood Boil, because I have another talent that makes it so my outbreak doesn't take sorry. When I use Blood Boil, it resets all of my stacks of plague and stuff. Very useful. Very useful.
Learn from your mistakes.
And I love Will of the Necropolis because I just died. And here is what we call conversion. Now, what conversion is it converts runic power into health. And normally that's not the greatest, especially because most of the time you need runic power for like everything. I'm going to die here. I walked through it. I kind of want to roll on these guys, but at the same time I don't want to because I don't want to get something that I'm not going to be able to use. So I'm just going to pass. They drop some interesting... They drop tier pieces, which theoretically are really good. And then when they drop nothing, it sucks. So I'm not going to waste a roll that I could use on anything else for that, especially a weapon or a helmet. So I'm going to wait for that. There is another world boss named Ordos up here that I can kill and get that from. So that's who I'm going to be using it on. Yeah, I have no idea if this recording is going to come out or not, regardless, because I'm eating. Probably can hear it. You probably want to stab me in the face, because I hate it when people eat on. But more, I'm just doing it, again, as a test recording, to see if you can even pick up what I'm eating. Oh, the person I need. Spawn. Maybe he'll get lucky. Maybe he'll get extremely lucky. I doubt it. I'm just gonna run over there. Because it would be amazing if he dropped the elixir for me. Yeah, that's the elixir range of knowledge that I had before. I don't want to join the Guild of Thrones. Please don't kill. I don't want to die. I saw last night's episode of Game of Thrones. Very good. Very good. The end of season 4. End of season 4. Exciting. Though, one of my friends was being an asshole and was like, they pushed back a very, very awesome scene to the beginning of next season. It was like, well, that makes a lot of sense because they would want, obviously, people to come back for the next season. He just bitched about it, but what can you do? No! Damn it, I needed him. He died the second I got here. Anyway. So yeah, I'm running on a flame hippogriff. This is another mount that a lot of people don't have, primarily because you could only it was pretty much only obtainable through one faction that there was literally almost no point to even doing, because the faction only gave you a mount, and it was daily quests obviously for money and stuff, but not a lot of people did it for that. So BOAs are heirloom gear. It's pretty much, oh, Hulan spawned. Well, let's see if I can grab him. Very, very rare to grab Hulan because people camp him, like, religiously, and it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can grab him. If I can't, then no worries. He's not, I don't care, of course. Alright, well, that's him. And I should be able to get him. I should be able to tag him at least. Nailed it. Ah, screw it. I'd rather tag Hulan than because they're looking for a group and fight, but I can just regroup in, so. I should not be staying. Okay. Didn't matter really what he dropped. The most important thing that he dropped was that Epoch Stone, because that is an item that apparently this character never did the quest for. And the Epoch Stone unlocks a quest to collect 50 Epoch Stones, which sounds horrible, but technically anything on this island can drop an Epoch Stone. Whether or not they do, obviously, is up to the RNG gods. May their bodies rest in peace. I hate RNG. Random number generators suck. Of course, I watch a lot of speedruns. Like, I enjoy speedruns. I wish I was part of Speeddemon's archive, but I'm not capable of speedrunning because I like to take my time in games, unfortunately. And that's my fault. I don't obviously need to take my time in speedruns. I just enjoy it. So right? That event. I do watch Beat Demon's Archive, and whenever they come into a random number generator, it's usually not a big issue until it becomes massive. Oh, I should have put that. I absolutely should have put that in the vault as well, because that looks pretty cool. So what that is one of the most powerful heirloom items in the game. It's 569 for an heirloom item. You can use it at any level, and it will go all the way to level 100. Now the whole purpose of that is so that they get people to obviously play to level 100, which means the next expansion. Ingenious idea. But they're really hard to get. They're a really rare drop, and the only way you can get them is if you've already have, I believe it's if you've already gotten the gear from all the other stuff, and they cannot drop in Wayfinder. Now I hate these guys, because Fire Recharge is the worst skill in the game. It is a channeled spell that can be used at any range, and does, like, a crap ton of physical damage, for no reason. So, fun. And that is something that only the legendary, you have to have the legendary cloak on your account to get. If you don't, you're dead. You fall off the bridge and you die. And apparently, one of my friends tried this, but we were trying to get onto this island in here without him having a cloak. And apparently it just kicks you out. Did not know that. Now I do. That's the Arcus of Flame again. And you want to kill him because he's the one who drops the thing, but he's really, really difficult to kill, even solo. So, what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be trying to get a group of people to help us. For instance, this nice young lady. So, Death Knights are tanks without shields. They have the ability to heal themselves, which is awesome. In fact, their main ability, Death Strike, heals them for a percentage, 7% plus X% based on the damage you've taken within the past 7 seconds. Which is, well, incredibly annoying if you're not taking a lot of damage. So, the RNG mods are ever in our favor. And here is another really annoying thing. These are the eternal kiln masters. They summon this kiln, and this kiln is just amazing. Like, I wish I had this kiln. That's why, because he did that much damage to me. But on the plus side, Looks like we're gonna have some more help taking him down. So, the ability I just used is called Remorseless Winter. And Remorseless Winter does is it is a huge AoE stun, potentially. Sometimes it's not, but, well, we won't worry about those times. What we're going to do here is actually do some conversion. Unless someone stuns him. Okay. We'll say no. Because Rune of Corruption is awesome. But what's even more awesome than Corruption is this thing called Conversion. And there's the most awesome chest in the game, and I will show you why. Once I get it, so first I'm gonna pull this guy over. Brain freeze. Ah, I missed. I'm the best. What Rune of Corruption is it doubles the regeneration of my runes, and if you don't know what a Death Knight is, it's a dust. What that means is I take, like, not necessarily take, but you know, it's difficult to explain. So what this chest is awesome. And it is awesome in every sense of the word because of what's inside of it. And I really hope this Killmaster doesn't aggro on me. It did. He did. Of course he did. Because why wouldn't he? Because it has a Burden of Eternity, which is very, very good. I'm going to try to leave this guy alone. And of course he's going to do that. So I'm going to freeze him. Then I'm going to... Oh, I'm gonna die. Ah, well. I'm cool with it, because I needed to get to over here anyway. So, really cool thing about dying. Especially, well, only on the times out, really. And some other locations, especially Battlegrounds. You get put here, pretty much. And what here is a spirit healer, and so you get revived at the spot. Not where you died, but where you don't live no more. It's a set location, and you spawn there, and it's awesome. But there's a lot of abilities I have completely neglected to mention that. Like this debuff, why I didn't die when I hit zero, why I didn't die when I hit 0 health, because I have a buff that once every 3 minutes it prevents me from dying for 3 seconds. If I get healed enough, then I will live. If I don't, then I will die. And sometimes you get healed enough. Most of the time, though, you don't. It's really difficult to get healed enough, especially without a healer, but it is possible to heal yourself enough. Like, I used to have, is it this Fort set or my old Fort set? Yeah, Rune Tap. I don't remember what Rune Tap is. But Rune Tap is a pretty awesome ability. Oh, right. Rune Tap is what heals me. It converts a blood rune into health. What it's supposed to do is, it's supposed to cost 1 blood rune. With my 2 set that I'm currently equipped, it does not cost a blood rune. In fact, it costs nothing and it has a reduced 10-second cooldown. Which means it's a free heal on a 20-second timer that still generates runic power. For those who don't know what runic power is, alright, chill. So this is a raid. Runic power is my resource. Death Knights have 2 resources, like rogues or monks.
Nazgrim has failed us. Kor'kron, destroy these intruders.
I am a tank. There are 2 of me. There are, well, not 2 of me, but there are 2 tanks. And basically, I'm just going to be pulling a lot, because Blood Boil is the most overpowered ability in Raid. Because I get to spread all my diseases. And I don't even have to use Death Decay. Death Decay used to be fine. I never use it. I will never, unless I'm forced to. If they're immune to disease, obviously, but nothing immune to disease nowadays. So, we're just gonna get a lot of people. Anyway. Alright, now I can mess with this shit. And now I'm gonna put on conversion. And basically, I'm going to be permanently healing for like 3% of my health for the duration of this fight because of how much. I'm dead. I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm dead. Yeah, I got stunned. Getting stunned as a tank is really bad. Because you lose all your mitigation, which means block, parry, dodge. You're susceptible to crushing blows, which I don't think exist anymore. At least not that I'm aware of. You can't be crit. Well, you can be crit if you're... How this game works, all enemies have a 6% chance to crit with melee attacks. They cannot, unless they are all NPCs, I'm sorry. NPCs cannot crit with spells. It is physically impossible. And the reason for that was because at the time when that was made, spells were so powerful. There were spells so powerful, they literally killed you in one shot without crit. Probably should have pulled as much as I did, but I don't care enough. Because this is Raid Finder, and if you don't know what Raid Finder is, you're in for a treat. Raid Finder is the reason why people don't like this game anymore. This is a fun room. Now we just spam this. This does a tremendous amount. And conversion on, this on, and now I'm healing for so much health right now. And I'm lagging, but that's because of the position. My computer usually runs this at a lot of frames. Right now it's trying to give me the perfect run by letting me do frames per second. Ah, really? Kill me. Ooh, okay. I see what happened. I died. That's what happened. Alright, sometimes you can get resurrected in this game. Do not trust people to resurrect you. They will most certainly not. If you say, especially if you walk out So that's fun. No, it's not. But I want to join Purple Deaths. I don't turn off guild notifications because sometimes I like to join a guild, but I'm waiting for a specific guild that I do not think is ever going to invite this guy because they don't need Death Knights. But yeah, we will see. And I don't know anyone on there, so. But I've never actually explained what the Burden of Eternity does. So basically, the Burden of Eternity turns one of the items that you get from Timeless Silos, such as the Timeless Boots or Bracers or Cloak. When you use it on that item, it turns, instead of a 496 item, you get a 535 item, which is a very good item. What I'm waiting for is a Timeless Plate helmet, because I'm wearing a piece of crap 463 helmet that I've been wearing for a very long time that I really want to replace, and I've never ever gotten it wrong, unfortunately. All that changed fire contact. That's right, I won't. But what is amazing to me is that my threat generating attack is Rune Strike. And Rune Strike doesn't seem like a very powerful attack, but it is extremely strong because it cannot be blocked, dodged, or parried, and it's 200 damage. And it only costs rune power, and it does not have any cooldown. There is an item, there's an ability called Dark Circulum. I don't think I can use it on most bosses. It's a really, really cool ability, theoretically. It lets me redirect the spell of a boss or a creature, and it's just not reason. It's just not reasonable for the rotation because it's got a 1 minute cooldown, and 1 minute cooldowns are never good for rotations. But Soul Reaper is one of the best abilities in the game. It's really, really good because he gives haste, and haste is really, really good for Death Knights. Like, haste is far better than crit, and we will pull.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I will never fail.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate this, and it's immediately gonna give me a lot of well, I'm actually going to try to use it. That's what it usually gave me nothing. This is going to be useful. Okay, so this boss has one key ability. It's called Fatal Strike. What that does is it increases all damage I take by 5% per stack, and it stacks up very, very fast. Breath of Yasarj is it is a massive AoE ability that should have just killed me. I got him, even though he could literally kill me. So this is the best part of the fight. Because we get to heal. Normally you can't, well, there's two phases. There's this phase and then there's the other phase. You can't heal in the other phase. This phase, well, basically what happens in the other phase, all healing is converted to a bubble. The reason for that is because he theoretically does enough damage to kill you before you. Not necessarily true. It's nice that they give us a bubble boost. And we're coming up on my extreme phase, which is a lot of fun because now I get to do this all the time. Please kill me, guys. This guy is a butthole. He's only got 20k health left, or 20 mil health left, which is not a lot.
Challenge the war chief.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, it looks like we're gonna need some marks.
Beware.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was bad. That was very bad. Just in general. Like, we should have won much earlier. Anyway. That's exactly what I was gonna do. Where is my Deathwalk? Oh, I have Chillblains. I need Death's Advance. Chillblains is good if I'm kiting, but I'm not usually kiting, so definitely need Death's Advance. I remember Death Siphon when I was leveling. It was really overpowered. Alright, just need stamina and critical strike. Let me have some fun. So, this boss is not fun, because he does so much damage, it requires an intense amount of healing. Unfortunately, because this is Raidfinder, and Raidfinder is not good at anything. But, you never know. What do you want, foe? We're not friends. Exciting. And we'll do a quick ready check and we'll be good to go. Hopefully, anyway. Alright. So, nearly everybody's ready. We're just gonna... crap. My other tank is not ready yet. That's kind of important. Alright, good enough for me.
Five, four, three,
Summon the Army of the Dead.
1.
fight is it's very much not repetitive and sliced. But that's pretty good. I got him scared by whatever drop anything for me? He drops that trinket, doesn't he? Yes, he does. The Vial of Living Corruption, which I really, really want. Of course. So basically, what you can get off a boss is either gold or something of use. Rarely will you ever get something of use unless you're extremely lucky, like my one friend who literally got something he could use every time. But usually you don't get use. So, Spoiler Pit Pandaria is probably one of the most interesting designed bosses in this entire way. It's honestly a lot different than everything else. And if we even get to Garrosh in this recording, which I really doubt, definitely not gonna do it. But I do hope we get this polearm and the helmet. Because A, polearm. B, helmet. Siege Crash Blast Fuse is not part of this list. So. So basically, that boss, Malkorok, is a, if you want the lore behind it, freaking psychopath. Like, he was a orc assassin, Gorkman assassin, who was like, when Garrosh decided to, Garrosh was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this, I want to try this Sarge stuff out. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, you'll do it. Okay, well, you're gonna die. See, one thing I don't like about this part, the Alliance side is so much easier. Not this part, the next part, the Alliance side is so much easier. This is actually Ragefire Chasm. You didn't think Ragefire Chasm was that impressive, did you? I think it's appropriate because I was playing. I was in Ragefire Chasm dying earlier. But also, Bane Bloodhoof. Why are you wearing no armor? I just realized that.
These heroes should forge ahead and flush the war chief out of hide.
Why don't you? I mean, you're a boss, and I am a frickin' Death Knight.
City's in chaos. I'm gonna finish it. Stop the bloodshed. And come back for you. Very well.
Now, these guys have a completely different strat in actual. Well, they all have different strats in like actual raid versus raid fight. But these guys deal more damage when they're close to each other, which is really, really painful because they deal a lot. They do like 100% damage. But here, they don't. They're kind of useless. It's like everything. But they are like. Death Knights are fun. Yeah, that's a completely different topic. The point was, Death Knights are very fun. Everyone should, if you never played this game, at least like call your friend over and be like, or go over to your friend's house and be like, can I play Death Knights? Because they're just fun. because Blizzard loves melee classes way more than they should. Like, for whatever reason, Blizzard hates ranged classes. Like, melee classes, all their abilities are instant. Well, they used to actually have casts. Like, I remember when we had Slam had a cast. Back when we used to listen, we never used it, but still a cast. Still counts. So they made, so all my abilities are instant, while all of the abilities of, most of the abilities require casts, especially for ranged. Which, is not, it's to be expected. You're farther away, you don't die as quickly, theoretically. But it means that you have to cast. And, especially for the boss after this, Thok the Bloodthirsty, that is not easy to do. I was hoping I could get because you can actually kill them before they hop in the shredders, and then there's unpiloted shredders that you can kill. But it didn't look like it looked like I did there, but I guess it didn't. Not like it really matters. This, you pretty much have to kill them anyway, because they don't spawn until all the shredders are out, so. Or until Croc dies. I can really care less when I'm dead. Just here for other boots, man. Just here for the boots. But yeah, a lot of fun. Like, this raid, honestly, is probably one of my favorite raids. Because it reminds me a lot of what? Ulduar was amazing back in the day. Still is incredible raid. But the reason why Death Knights work is entirely because of their mastery called Blood Shield. Blood Shield could be considered one of the most overpowered, could be what used to be, because it used to be completely based off damage, so you'd be a damage tank. But it was one of it's one of the strongest masteries in the game, because for the damage I deal, I get, for the amount I heal, I get, so whatever amount I heal from my Death Strike, I get in a Blood Shield. And it's based off a percentage. So if I heal, say, 20% of my max health in a Blood health, I get, and my mastery is such that I would heal for, I would get a 165% of that heal in a shield. So I would heal not only for 25% of my health, but I'd get an additional about 50% of my health in a shield after that. That's if I deal 20%. If I heal for 20%, because it goes from 7 to 20% of your max health.
Check out that noise.
Alright, so this fight, it still requires a lot of requirement.
Hey, we recording? Yeah? Okay. Goblin Titan control module starting up. Please stand back. Checking out the data. Hold on a second, will you?
Oh, what was that? Oh, never mind.
Now you
5,
did it. That was
4,
really not the correct input code.
1.
So this could be good or bad. Probably won't be good, but doesn't matter. Very easy counter. got the... I just realized something. I have a really hard one. The Mantid is much harder than Loki. In every aspect. Mantid side versus Moku side. Yeah. They're fine. This is an interesting one because you don't really face a boss per se, but you face a lot of enemies. You face a lot of... That's right, you can't help but bosses out. The quote-unquote boss. There are... This is basically a mini boss because there are 4 of them that we have to kill on each side, or 2 of them on each side, I'm sorry. And they can be any one of 4. And right now I'm doing risky strats. Okay. Basically I was just going until I got one of these guys. Because these guys are the most painful things to play. The other tank died. That's not good. Oh, well, actually they recovered quite well. Basically this is split up into 2 raid groups. You do have half. It works much better at 10 man than it does at 25 man, because obviously 25 doesn't actually split into 2. But in 10 man, it's really easy. Like, less to kill, you only have to kill 1. Whereas in this, you have to kill pretty much everything. Like, for example, we split up into 2 groups. 1 tank, 3 healers on one side, 1 tank, 2 healers on the other side. The DPS just split up, whatever it is, that doesn't matter really. There are green crates, which I wish you could unlock in this mode, but you can't, unfortunately. Kuchongs, as I said before, are probably the worst thing on the planet. They just deal damage. They don't, it's not like they don't move, they just deal a lot of damage. And this should actually be it, because each one does 2. Unfortunately, my side's really good today, which is always nice. And there, I just healed for all of my health by myself, pretty much. Because of how much I can heal. There, now I'm at 100, so I can start conversion again. Turn it off because I don't need it. And then we go hit this switch, and then we start on the other side once they're ready.
Initiating system reset. Module 1 at 50%. Hey, system reset requires 2 modules to complete.
This is very, well, relatively easy. I wouldn't say it's terribly easy, but it's easy enough. And, as I said, my side's pretty good today, so we'll be fine. The other side I'm worried about, because if there is a Berserk timer, which is in a little over a minute, about 70 seconds from now, if both sides do not complete before the Berserk timer, everyone dies. It's rough. It's very rough. It's fun, but it's rough. And their side just completed, so now they have to hit the switch. It's going to reset the Berserk timer. which means we don't die, and we get to do the opposite side. So we now do Mogu, while they do, oh, good. I love the quotes. As long as the first... Urn. Okay, that's what I didn't want. I did not want Urn and a Golem. Because Golems are literally the worst. And Urns are not much better. Okay, so that's matter. Scramble some matter. And then we're gonna summon this guy. Since Berserk is up, he's gonna die pretty quick. It's not up for much longer. Berserk increases the entire raid's haste by a lot. And I'm not taking any damage because this is mostly damage, and Death Knights, surprisingly, are very good against magic damage. A surprise to no one. My side is very good. I have 2 healers, I think. 3. I do have 3. The healers split up very well, which is good. Usually that takes a lot more coordination. Fortunately, we actually have a very good raid group that they are capable of keeping themselves coordinated. Alright, that's fine. Okay, that's actually really good because I'd rather have because the Ritualist and the Black-Tree share health, so technically you can actually do like double damage. I'm gonna mind freeze him now. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna also activate this guy. Because we have a very strong group. So now I'm just going to use the conversion. Conversion is pretty awesome. Well, I don't know why I accidentally used the wrong button, but I did. Anyway, I'm going to use this ability. Use back all my runes, and it's called Empower Weapon. And that's another cool thing. I don't, as a Death Knight, I don't need to enchant my weapon. I get to enchant it for free. Starting level 55. Another really, really overpowered. And you started at level 55. Like, seriously. Blizzard, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna save that one for later. I was thinking about it, and then I just realized, nah. It's probably a really bad idea. Because if this is... Yeah, it was an anime golem. It was an anima golem. Anima golems are probably the worst part of this side because they do a lot of damage if you screw up their mechanic. Like, to your entire side. It's bad. And if you stand in the... And the reconstruction heals enemies, what brutally murders you. And we are one off. We're good.
Don't turn the power off, or the whole thing will probably explode.
And yeah, it's not worth it. Boots are pretty cool, but it's not worth it. Nope, not worth it. Might be. We're going this way.
System deactivated. Welcome back, Siegecrafter Black Fuse. Have a great day. And don't let the door hit you on the way out.
this part, that boss is easy, relatively. That boss usually kills Raid Finder, though, because Raid Finder isn't smart. This boss, however, is pretty much it. If Blizzard was cruel, which fortunately they're not, this boss would completely destroy Raid Finder because this boss is theoretically capable of one-shotting you. He doesn't in Raid Finder, thank God. But if he did, that would be bad. So basically, they've been holding on to these devil swords. And that particular devil sword is Thok the Bloodthirsty, and Thok is a bad warrior. Alright, we are going to run this picture. Again, it's a massive AoE stun that takes a little bit to load up. It's probably not going to get off because these things are, well, they're immune to stun, so that's perfect. I feel like I really accomplished something there. Oh, boom! Anyway, more loot. Yeah, you died. Someone, he probably wants a revive. Which unfortunately I can't do. I am Death Knight. I can re-res someone, but I can't actually do anything inside that. Again, massive amounts of healing at the time. Extremely not OP. So this should be very fun. It is very fun. What am I talking about? Anyway, once you kill all of the mobs, like this guy runs into walls pretty much the entire time. Don't know why. Don't know why Blizzard decided to move him, but they did. And he is an idiot, so at least. Because there's nothing you can do besides chase him down. You could I could just let the range kill him, but that would just be range just he takes 50% increase damage when he runs into the wall, but he theoretically runs over you and deals a lot of damage, even though he's not good at it. So I would just let him die at this point. Dots will probably kill him. Anyway, this is Thok, the Bloodthirsty. Now, Thok likes to kill people. He has two phases, the I'm going to kill you phase and the I'm really going to kill you phase. So he's a fun fight. Very fun fight. Once that person gets here, I believe we'll be ready to start. But basically, you tank him in a specific position. And that position is entirely up to you. This person has a mace that I really want, a two-handed weapon that I really want, which sucks because I really want it. But this guy definitely has this guy definitely has a polearm that I want more, and the helmet that I also want. So I'm gonna use my bonus roll on him. And in case you didn't know that thing at the bottom, that's a bonus roll. Bonus rolls are extremely important because not all the time do you get what you want. In fact, most of the time you don't get what you want. Anyway, let's do a ready check. Make sure everyone's here and ready. Alright, almost everyone's here. Everyone is here. Alright, then we will pull.
Five, four, three, two.
This is actually a very fun boss fight. Not an easy boss fight by any means, but very fun because he has a lot more health than most. The only person who has more health than him technically is Garrosh. Garrosh starts off with less health than he does because he has a huge DPS race. Like you have to have DPS in Scarlet. I could probably get all the way up to... Oh, wait, probably not, though, actually. I just realized. Oh, he needs to not have all this. Wait, oh, he did it. Oh, good job. Proud of you. I'm just standing on this side. I was gonna say we could probably one-time this. Okay, this is Blood Frenzy. If you stand in front of him, he eats you. This is supposed to kill you, but this is Raid Finder. Nothing really kills you from Raid Finder. It just prolongs the inevitable. But this, like, I like this boss because he goes to a point where he just loses his bloody mind. He's not easy by any means. I got stopped here when I went to the raiding card. When I was raiding card. I was actually next to him. That's... So, these guys, they are... these are Sorok, and Sorok are very interesting. But they believe that they are... They believe that these Devil Swords are their gods. It's fine, you're free to believe whatever you want, but just, I mean, stick with the... I would not believe that something that can eat me would be my god. I guess that's just... Plus side, he's probably gonna kill him this one. I might be able to spot. Come on, get over here. There you go. Anyway, yeah, this fight is not easy by any means. Because the tank was supposed to, the other off tank was supposed to taunt him at 2 stacks. I didn't end up doing that, so I ended up dying. DPS is too focused on the boss to realize that we can kill this guy for less, pretty much outruns us all.
I will lend what aid I can.
pretty sure we lost. Might be able to survive. I forgot that this boss, like, even his berserk time was really long. And I'm dead. Oh, taunted. I might be alive. I'm surprised he hasn't freaking switched out of this phase. He's been in this phase forever. We still have a chance because it's Raid Finder.
Burn them all. Burn them to ash.
Alright, it's time. Alright, go. I guess if you want to face him that way and kill the raid, yeah, that happens. People die, unfortunately. Should have been rather easy, though. People should... Anyway. People are very interesting, to say the least. Very interesting. Well, aren't you lucky? Probably got that out of a coalesced turmoil. Those coalesced turmoils, they are pretty cool because they have a chance to drop random trash drops. Very, very, very small chance, but a chance nonetheless, and I will take any chance you get these days. But, you know, life's fun all the time. And that even is very fun. I'm just trying to think of. Let's see, mastery is absurd. Basically, my mastery is like every point for every 10 points I get a percent. So it's extremely good to have a lot of mastery, but haste is also extremely important. Even though I have 0 haste, it's extremely, extremely important. Because haste increases the rate at which my runes regenerate. Excuse me, which my runes regenerate. And regeneration is extremely important, obviously. I do need to get my expertise up 1 more percent, pretty much. Just so that, technically I should get it all the way up to, 7, or all the way up to parry cap, just so I can't get parried, but dodge is extremely important, at least. Because enemies don't have this thing called diminishing returns. Technically, he could parry me twice in a row if he really wanted to. But diminishing returns are not a thing for enemies. They are for you, they are for everyone else in the world, but they are not for enemies. Enemies are God. Base God. So, presuming we win, which we do have a chance, a pretty high chance as well. I can't believe my hit chance is below 15%. That doesn't make any sense. Because my spell hit is supposed to be 15% on the nose, no matter what. That's one of my abilities, I believe. Veteran of the Third War. So Vengeance is the most overpowered thing in the game, literally. It doesn't work in PvP, pretty much, because it just doesn't. But it does actually stack in PvP, but because you don't take that much damage in PvP, like you do here, like I take like hundreds of thousands of damage, maybe 200,000 damage a hit, so it stacks up very quickly, and you get a lot of heals. So, and what that does is, all the damage you take, 1.5% of the damage I take, stacks up until, I think it's, the cap on it's really high. It used to be capless, and it was and it was not necessarily that it was impossible not to hit the cap.
4, 3, 2, 1.
very, very difficult to say the least. But yeah, haste is extremely important because it gives me increased my regeneration. I'm gonna die this time. I'm gonna die as he dies, so should move on. Yep, we got it. Finally. A lot of people got hit by magic, but that's fine. No! Alright, well I get it back, so. And that's why you stand there, because he spawns on the opposite side of the world. What these guys do is they have keys to open these things, which you probably saw earlier, but that's not the point. That's fine. I never knew I had post. Pasta. Alright, go Envy. Go Envy, go Envy, go. Go Envy, go Envy, go.
The beast of
And I'm just gonna bring them all the way over here. And again, this is primarily for positioning reasons. This gentleman's an idiot. Thank you. Yeah, I'll taunt in a bit. That's why I did it. Because he won't kill me this time, like he did last time. Like he mullered me. I like when something disarms me, because it makes it really easy. Because if you think you're bad disarm, the enemies, their hit chance drops by 15% and they can no longer crit you. That's how bad they are disarmed. Doesn't matter what they have. No. Thank you.
I will lend what aid I can.
I'm just gonna tank him right in the middle, because right now there is no point in tanking anything else. Freezing Breath, he's spam cast pretty much. He does it very quickly, so I give him no chance. Although thankfully with Anti-Magic Shell, I can pretty much avoid one stack, so I can take it for one more stack, but I should be able to. Oh, not dead. Fortunately, see, freezing breath is a one tankable. You just have to be smart about it. Over here. See, now this is doing much better because people are focusing on the jailer, and assuming the jailer dies, the sooner we get out of this phase is not good, or is not fun. Alright, let's go unlock this.
Burn them all! Burn them!
Yeah, this guy gives you a buff that deals damage based on how many times you hit. So having Lust here is extremely helpful. That sucks. So not only did I not get any loot, but I wasted 2 coins. Oh well. Fun indeed. I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording here, cause I'm pretty much just gonna do some boring farming otherwise. So yeah, I'll be back with you guys later.